Hi, this is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to be creating a fun embellishment that you can add to a card. We're going to be using the burlap paper, and I went ahead and cut some banners out, and I'm going to be using the wooden leaves from Dollar Tree and some acrylic paint. So let's get started. So these wooden pieces are super adorable, and my intention for these is once I add them to those banners is to actually add them to a card. So they come with this little sticky backing on it, so I don't really need that because I'm going to stick it right onto that burlap banner. So you want to kind of take these off. So let's go ahead and get all those off. It doesn't take a long time to get those off. And I'm only going to need to paint one side of this. You might want to use some little sharp tool, something you can just kind of get those off with. But I'm hoping to inspire you to do whatever you want with these. I'm really looking to see what these look like with the paint on them. So many of us already have paint in our stash. So feel free to go ahead and get those paints and start using them. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I just got one of these little thin paint brushes, nothing fancy. I've had this in my stash for a little bit. And let's see if I'm going to start with this little brown color here. This is actually a metallic, a chocolate brown metallic paint. So we'll see what that looks like. Looks like the coverage is pretty good. And I didn't try this out beforehand, so you're just seeing how it turns out, just like me. We'll see what happens with that. That looks really good. Looking good so far. That was pretty easy. So they're small enough to work with. Look at that. And we'll see what happens when it dries, if I need to add another coat or just leave it the way it is. Let's go ahead and do a yellow leaf. See what that looks like. No, looking pretty good so far. Look at that. Nice and vibrant. And I don't need to pick up too much paint to get it to have that nice coverage. Okay, so that's number 2. See how that dries. I got my water here off to the side. So I don't want this to be too wet because I really want to pick up that paint. I don't want to water it down. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Nice. I'm going to save that orange for the pumpkins. It's looking really good. I'm hoping y'all can really see what this looks like on camera, but let's see what happens if I just go in a little bit deeper. Like that. Oh, I'm not going to dip it. Just going to do just a little bit more here. Look at that. Nice. And after you put your paint on, you can still go and decorate it with some other things. Maybe add some gems on there. Looks really good. Look at that. See if y'all can see this real good. Hold it up a little bit closer. Look at that. So you already transformed your leaves just with a little bit of paint. Looks like I may have to go back to Dollar Tree if they still have more of these and get some more. Okay, so let me get the brush. I'm going to use this brush right here. That one soaked for a little bit, and we're going to do some orange. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put some orange right around here. This is so fun and so calming. Oh my goodness, y'all are going to love doing this. And they have some larger wood pieces, but I have another idea for those. me try something else on those, but for now, you can spray these with maybe some shimmery stuff. You can add stickles to them. You could put the lines for the pumpkins on there. And if y'all hear that noise, that's our kitty cat, Natasha, trying to get into the room. So I need to let her in. Look at the pumpkin. Look how cute. I'm going to go ahead and paint these other two, and then I'm going to add something to the top. That's the leaf and that's the little stem. So I'll see if I can get a green leaf and a brown stem. Okay, so let's see if I can add a little bit more detail to these pumpkins. So my brush is a little bit too wet, and what I want to do is I want to make a little brown stem right here. Just kind of an imaginary line there. So I'm just making this up as I go. Little brown stem. This is super fun. I hope y'all can find these at your Dollar Tree because it's really fun. I think kids would love doing this too. And let's see, some green. Now, I was using the paint set from Dollar Tree, so I'm going to use this little green paint right there. I think that'll be perfect. So let's see if this will work. I have some green leaves on here. Looks like it's going to work. Not too much, just a little bit. Yep, so that I use my little coloring there. These came in the Dollar Tree paint set that me and Bill were using when we were painting live. Oh, I'm really liking this. I'm not much of a painter, but I do like to color things. Sometimes you just got to make it up as you go. Look how cute that is. And if you want, with these stems here, you can paint these like a green or a brown. So I could have left that off, but I just decided to paint the whole thing red. So we're going to go ahead and let these dry. Okay, so look how adorable these look. They're all dry. I mean, they're really good and dry. So that paint has really soaked into them. Now you're going to take your banners here. And I'm just going to use art glitter glue. If not, I can use a stronger glue, but I think this should work because these are super light. Now I'm not going to use this brown one. It stands out pretty good, but I wanted something a little bit bright. So I'm going to leave that aside. I could always use that for something else. So let's go ahead and put this on here. Look how adorable that looks. So now you've added something else to your banner to put on your card, right? So you can make a bunch of these and then add them to your cards or whatever projects you have. Look at the pumpkins. You can add stickles to them. Just trying to give you all a couple of ideas here. Okay, so let's see how this goes here. It should work okay. Really grabbing onto this. These are going to look so cute on my cards. And so if you add this to your card, it's more than likely going to be a little bit heavier. So I would suggest that you use maybe for your base an 80 pound cardstock and up when you're doing something like this. That way your card doesn't topple over. So the heavier the weight, the sturdier the paper. So if you even have one that's over, that's like a 110 pound weight, you could use that too. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to stick. Look how adorable these pumpkins look. And that burlap just ties in the whole fall theme on these. Super easy project. No stress, right? I'm so glad I added that brown and green to it instead of just leaving it. I was going to just paint the whole thing orange, and I said, no, let me try it. So those Dollar Tree paints really help. And these bottles right here are the 50-cent bottles that you get at Walmart. So it's the Apple Barrel brand. Oh my goodness, look how cute that is. Okay, so this is just an idea I wanted to show you, to share with you for something you can do with this. I know many of you are wondering, especially with that burlap paper that we carry in our store, what do I do with it? So this is just another idea. So I'll come back and I'll show you what the completed cards look like. Okay, so here are the completed cards. I just had my sentiments already done. I used the Hello Fall stamp set for those sentiments and just add a little bit of dimension to it and a few gems, kind of make it real fun. But look how adorable those look. Now, what you can do is you could either have your banner be the whole length of the card, or you can just have it to be this inner piece right here, just the length of that inner piece. So I had cut mine down just a little bit shorter because I thought it looked better being closer to that inner piece right there. And then look at the one with the leaves. Look how adorable these look. Really fun. Now this is the reason why you need to use an 80-pound and above cardstock, so that even though there's a little bit of a weightiness to it, not much, but just to make sure it doesn't topple over, so the person can display it, it stands up like that. So just a little tip for you there. I hope you were inspired by this. Go ahead and get these little adorable wooden pieces from the Dollar Tree. You're going to have so much fun coloring them in. You can do so much with these. As I was working with this, I could see other ideas coming into my head. So go ahead and get these from Dollar Tree, and I will see you real soon. Bye.